So, given all the turmoil that's happening in the mortgage market at the moment, as well as the property market, as an effect of that mortgage issue, thanks to the government ill thought plans of giving away tax cuts to the rich, we find ourselves in a position where interest rate has doubled. For some of them, some people coming up to remortgage at the moment, it could go up to 4 times more what they're used to paying, unless and until the market settles back down again. So what should you do if you are a property investor and you have got a portfolio that you are managing and you are worried? Well, I guess the things that we're doing at the moment is we took a overview of all of our portfolio and understood where the pinch point may be. So we looked at all the properties we had. I mean, we do this all the time, but certainly for now, specifically looking at the when any of these mortgages are going to come off its fixed rate. So just so that you know, in terms of strategy, I'm a big believer of 5-year fixes. Now, in the past, people have said, well, you know, you're fixing at 3% or 3.5%. You can get a discount rate or a tracker rate around 2%, 2.5%. And they were saying, well, you're overpaying. To them now, I say, well, actually, you know, I'm vindicated in fixing for 5 years, because when I looked at our portfolio, 99%, actually, we've got, I think, two that are not going to be fixed sometime around March next year, which is still 6 months away. And we've got one that's currently in the process, which is hopefully going to complete on the current deal, which is fixed for 5 years at 3.7%. So what should you be doing? You should look at your spreadsheet, look at all the portfolio that you have, look at what rate you're on right now, when does the fixed rate actually ends, and think about roughly doubling that, just in case the mortgage rate doesn't settle. So if you are, let's say, on 2%, 2.5% on your personal name, or 3.5% on limited company, stress test it and see what would happen if you double the mortgage overnight, the interest only part of the mortgage I'm talking about here. So then that gives you an idea of how much you need to be prepared, just in case the market doesn't settle for a good few months. What I mean by that is, if you're paying £300 a month at a 3.5% interest rate, double it, assume that the interest rate will be around 7% if you don't fix, or if you can't get a good fix by the time you run out of your fixed rate. That means your mortgage, interest only mortgage, will go up to £600, from 300 to 600. So you're doubling that, and that then gives you an idea of how much savings or capital you need to put aside to be able to meet that increase in financing cost. That also means that, you know, you may be doing HMO and your margins around £1,000 per house. All of a sudden now that goes down. That still is not a bad position to be in. At least you're not in negative figures. Some people who have bought recently, by recently I mean 2 years, for the last 2 years, would have paid top of the market and maybe fixed around 2%, and now there is no fix at 2%. You're looking at 6% is probably the cheapest. So that interest only would triple overnight. So for those people, again, the same principle. Do what you have to, you know, calculate all your pinch point, which mortgage are going to come off, how much are you currently paying, double the mortgage for now, so that you don't give yourself too much of a heart attack, and see whether you can, how you're going to be able to afford this. If the mortgage is covered by the rent, even at a doubling, you're in a good shape. And then you do it at the trebling amount as well. So at least you get the sense of, don't bury your head in the sand. At least you get a sense of what's to come, and you start planning now, so you can save some money, put some cash aside, you bank some rent that you were going to do some kind of works on the houses. Maybe don't do that for now. Be liquid, otherwise you will be in a situation where you are missing mortgage payment, and that doesn't end well. I hope that helps. Have a look at all my posts. I've been investing for the last 23 years. I do a lot around title splitting, multi-unit freehold blocks. In fact, if you were wondering what am I doing, we're still buying. We bought 3 this month. So this week we're completing on 3. We've got another 4 coming in the next 2 weeks. So we're still buying. Now the key point here in this market, so it is like what Buffett says, is be greedy when everybody is being cautious. So where people are exiting the market right now, we're going to go all in, but nothing changes from our principles. The principle of buying below market value, buying the right property at the right price, do the right things with it at the right refurb cost. And the idea is you leave zero money in, even at a 6% interest rate, it still needs to cash flow at least positively, and maybe not as positively as it has been the last 10 years. But the key here is not to overpay. If you're interested in finding out about title splitting, have a look at my book on Amazon. It's called Grow Your Wealth Via Title Splitting. I've got another book called Scale Your Wealth Through Properties, both on Amazon. If you just type in my name, Azid Ganga, on Amazon, they will come up. Also, I offer a 6 weeks training course on title splitting that I'll show you what to buy, where to find those multi-unit freehold blocks, how much to pay for them, how to negotiate with the sellers. Then once you've bought them, what do you do with them? How do you create value out of them enough to be able to then use that extra value as your deposit? So that's how I claw back all of my capital out of these deals to buy the next ones. You could do the same. And by following a process that I've actually mastered in the last 10 years or so, and I keep doing it over and over again, you can then find the same recipe and execute it in the same way with my help. Unlike other courses, I am by your side. So you don't come and sit on a seat, you get the information, then you go home. Here, we work together over a 6 week period. Then you go and buy your property. And once you complete, that takes a while. Once you complete, we come back live for another 6 sessions for you to then move from the purchase, refurb, refinance, title split, and recycle all your cash. So that's the difference between me and other mass market courses. And it's on a one-to-one basis. So it is not bums on seat. It is not information overload. It is actually action-orientated coaching. Have a look at my website. And if you need any more information, DM me. Good luck and have a good day.